Hello, good people. Thanks for joining me again. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Anne, and on my channel, I review foreign shows. You know what I usually say, right? We travel around the world sitting on our couches. How fun is that? You never know which country we're gonna end up next. Wow. Standing ovation. Oh my God. What an excellent ending. I mean, there was no other way to end the series. That was the only way. The way they ended it is the only way it would work, right? Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I am so glad for the last 16 episodes, 8 weeks that we have given our life to this show, that they wrapped it up so well. They did an excellent job. I was so worried that this would end up becoming like that show. What was that show called? The King, Eternal Monarch. Remember how it was so much information and it got us so confused. And at the end, we were like, what? This one, oh my God, I so loved it. Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anne, and on my channel, I review foreign international content. I have been reviewing Bulgasal for the last 8 weeks. Today was the finale. Oh, did you love it? If you've watched it, what do you think? I feel like it was worth all that they put us through. If you haven't watched, I'm just gonna put a little disclaimer. I may do a little spoilers because there's no way of discussing the finale without giving a little bit away. But I so love that the director, the producers, the scriptwriters were very aware. If you decide to invest in watching this show, we're gonna take you through some ups and downs, and you may be confused. You don't know if you're coming or going. You don't know who's good or bad, all that stuff. But episode 15 and 16, they were like, okay, let's take you home. Let's bring you home. Let's put all the dots together. And they connected all the dots together. And it was like, yes, that was the only ending that would happen. So let's go back a little bit and maybe let's go by each character. So it seems like this whole curse 1,000 years ago, 600 years ago, was because of love. Don't underestimate the power of love, right? Apparently, we're told Hwal and Sang-un were Bulgasals. They lived in the mountain. They were happy. They were together. They tried to stay away from the humans. However, Sang-un loves children, ends up saving these 2 children, who we now know was Seo-ho and Do-yoon, and she wants to stay with them and help them get raised until they're adults. So tells Hwal, once they're adults, I'll come back to you. Hwal is sitting at the mountain, waiting and waiting and waiting. And at this point, he's starting to get upset. He's getting salty. Like, woman, you left me. You left me in the mountain by myself. And then Sang-un is down there, down in the mountain, in a house with the Sherman lady. She came back, right? And they're helping to raise these 2 kids. They're growing up really well. And then Immortal, as we see, shows up, and it was Seo-ho and Do-hyun who witnessed him killing his own brother. And then, because Immortal did not want to tell his dad, who, by the way, his dad was the same dad as Detective Kwan's character, he says, Bulgasal killed my brother, but we know he didn't. So then the dad comes looking for Sang-un, and they want to kill Sang-un, and Hwal is like, not today, you are not killing my woman. And that's how it all started with the curse. Oh my God, and this has been going on 1,000 years. And then obviously Hwal is upset, thinking he's doing the right thing by killing these people who wants to kill his love, Sang-un, and he ends up killing all the people, even the innocent ones. And so now Sang-un is upset with Hwal, like, How dare you do that? You are not supposed to kill those people. These are the ones that I loved. And that's where that scene where we see where while standing and So Ho is putting a sword, we got Do Hyun putting a sword, we got Detective Kwan, that's what I call him, putting a sword in him, and then Sang-un kills herself because she knew that would mean that Hwal would also die. So at the end of it all, it was about love and being neglected, I guess, and started discourse that went on for years, where it was a revenge, where Hua was like, I despise you. You left me, and then now I'm trying to protect you, and now you're like mad at me. I'm gonna come and find you year after year after year, and then Ultel being involved in the whole thing where Hua steals his soul so he can keep getting reincarnated. Oh my goodness. And then obviously we come to the end where now we're here. What's gonna happen now? Because now we know what happened 1,000 years ago. And the only natural thing that would happen is, first of all, with Detective Kwan and Hwal, remember they were father and son, many years ago, and he did say, I want to meet you in the next life, and this time I want to save you, which he did, right? Because he told Hwal, drink my blood so you have enough strength to go take Ute, right? So we saw how once he drank the blood, he was strong, and he went over there to help Sang-un, who's also being attacked by Ulte. Ulte has always wanted to kill Sang-un. As far as he's concerned, that's the reason why him and Hwal cannot be Bulgasal and live forever. She's always been in between, so that has always been his mission, to get Sang-un. And obviously Hwal is like, not gonna happen. And then what happened obviously is Ulte has to die, and if Ulte dies, Hwal dies, and then so did Sang-un. And at that point, as viewers, it's like, of course we're sad. We have come to love these two actors, characters, the way the story is written. Every episode we've learned to love them. So the fact that they, all three died, it was like, oh no. And then obviously the hope was, and which Sang-un tells Seo-ho, is, I want you to live, and I want you to have a lot of children, a lot of babies. I want you to have a nice big family with So-hyo. Also, he gets married, and it's a nice, happy family. But then, I just think the last few minutes of the show, I love that they did. And I feel like it was the writers, producers, directors who were like, we have to reincarnate these two characters because we've had them we've have everybody invested in loving them. So we can't leave our viewers with we just killed the main leads. They're all dead, and that's how the show ends. So for them to think we're gonna reincarnate them, and then they show up at the old house. Hwa wants to buy the house, and Sang-un just got a postcard telling her to go see this house. And as soon as she sees this house, she's got tears, because clearly she's like, this house is important to me, but I don't know why. And then obviously Hwa shows up, he wants to buy the house, and they're looking at each other like, do I know you? Because they're like, wow, you look so familiar. And it ends there, and I was like, yes, perfect. That's how it was supposed to end. It could have been a sad ending, but I love that they finished it off with they reincarnated, and hopefully now they're human beings, and here's to hoping they fall in love the right way, and here's to hoping that they become real good friends with Seo-ho and Do Hyun, so they can finally live together as a family like they were meant to be, and no more curses, that's all gone. What an excellent show. To me, I don't even think they need a season 2. Season 1 was more than enough. There was so much stuff there. And I feel like if they did a sequel, they may end up destroying this masterpiece that they've made that was fantastic. I think the writing was genius. I thought the production, the filmography, Everything was just high quality. What we call here in America Oscar worthy. I hope they get nominated for their, what do they call them? Baskan awards in South Korea. This deserves an award. The actors, every one of them, did a fantastic job. I so loved it. What do you think? Tell me down below. Were you happy with the finale? Did you love the conclusion? Did you love how they put it together? Because I'm good. I'm satisfied. I felt like they did a fantastic job. I felt like they did not let us down. I was worried. We had too much information and this may go downhill. But that, like episode 16 was everything to me because they started off like, look, it's been 15 episodes. Now let us tell you what is going on. And it was like every scene after scene, every scene after scene, we're just getting answers. I was like, yes. And even to the point where they're dying, I didn't feel sad because I was prepared that was the only way this show would end. Loved it. I so loved it. I want to thank everyone for joining me for the last 8 weeks. I feel like we're family. If you've been joining me every week and you've been commenting down below, thank you. I love you. Kamsamita for always being there supporting. And if you like my video, please do give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. Please join me. There's so many more South Korean shows coming up here in February. So you never know which one I'm going to review. If there's one that you really want me to do every week, let me know. Happy to do it. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. And I'll see you again when I'm reviewing another excellent foreign international content. Deuces.